to another episode of Bum Mashers, and today we're talking about Final Fantasy XIV. Is it in trouble? That I can't tell, but I know they're padding numbers in a fucking cash shop like crazy, and the reason being is probably because of investors are coming up, and the game itself had a huge drop in players from 7.0. And I understand like COVID happened and people were inside in the wild exodius, but to drop to over under half a million or under a million from where they were before is really unnatural. And as an investor, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Square? Like, answer me. Like, yo. So I think they're like padding numbers with emotes, where it's like this blowing bubble emote that I agree should have been with the little ladies event. Um, the zero outfit and something else in January, but it's been like 3 months consecutive, and I feel like they're trying to pad the numbers because the investors are gonna freaking grill them. Be like it'd be that this is. It's I guess Japanese. It would be a little more polite, like the southern, like more the Southern American backhand thing. Um, oh yeah, bless your heart. When if some Southerners it means oh go fuck yourself. When like when they say when you tell them oh yeah you're ugly, they're like oh bless your heart. It's like a backhanded compliment, a way of saying fuck you. So it's sort of I think the meme's gonna go down like that, and that's why I think they're on a cash out. Now, do I think that's why I think they're trying to get. They put 3 items out, and there are people who buy them. I mean, I literally bought the Moogle Mount twice because I bought it accidentally once on one active service account I wasn't using, and then the one I actually was using, I had to buy it because that thing was so cute, chunky as Moogle. Who doesn't want a chunky Moogle? That's the question. Um, but yeah, so I'm saying I'm not trying to act all high and mighty because I fell for it too, and I bought a few outfits too. So I think there is a market for people who buy it, and Square is trying to pad their numbers because at the end of the day, if the investors don't want it or it doesn't seem like it's making money, then the investors may want to shut it down, and that's sort of one of the bigger pictures. Um, Honestly, I think the big test is going to be 7.2 and 7.25 because that's when sort of the bulk of the content is going to come out. The moon exploration, the new alliance raid. No, no, not new alliance raid. The new 8-man. The new relic weapon and stuff. So I think that's going to be the real test of Final Fantasy 14 if it's really going to live or die. Because right now I don't want to be a doomer, but I don't think it's a good place. I'll be honest, I don't think it's in a good place right now where the investors where they have to pad the number for the investors. I think it's not in a good place. I'll be honest. That's just my outlook. I think the true test, like I said, was 7.2 and 7.25. And then you got story, like you got a whole bunch of content, and this is what I don't understand, and this is why I said that padding numbers is all this money that they're getting from the emotes should go back into reinvesting in Final Fantasy and making it good and making content where they don't have to drip feed at the end of the day, and that's essentially my problem with the cash shop. I agree it's a bit heinous, but I think the problem is, like a lot of people let it slide, especially me. I'm gonna be honest. I let it slide is because a lot of people had a good rapport with the game, and sort of there was that community trust and sort of that like good relationship between the community and the player. I mean, the player in the game. Like there was sort of a reason to be like to validate the cash app. I think the problem is now there is no reason to validate it. The game's a pile of poo poo dong dong, a pile of, you know, and it's and they've been, honestly, from my understanding, they've been using the Final Fantasy team on other projects instead of hiring new people, and that's gonna bite them in the end because Final Fantasy 14, it made a lot of money between subscriptions and Cash App, and I'm assuming there was a graph that made over some. It made This was a long time ago where they made quite a lot of money. I think over 3 million, and most of it was from the Cash App. So I can understand why, like I said, the patent numbers, but it's to me, it's sort of a slap in the face. Like as um as a person who plays the game or who play the game, I had almost 200 and something days, 250 days in it. Hold on, let me go count how much that is in hours. Google, bring up the calculator. According to Google, that's around 6,000 hours I had in the game, and I've been playing since AAR. So that's sort of my critique, and I think the problem is, overall, the wider problem is not just Wook Lamont. I mean, I think, I'll be honest, yes, she can be, she's a very overbearing character, poorly written, but that's just like one problem. I think people who are passionate about the game and will stay for more than who really love the game will over honestly, and this is my point of view, will actually overlook the story if there's more content. I mean, literally, I think, and I said this so many times on Twitter, and a lot of the super stands I get grief from, which I don't care, but I'm going to be honest, is the fact that 7.1, they should have released the Relic Weapon, released the Chaotic Rating 7.2 or the Ultimate, and then save the point 3 and maybe point 4 for something else for the Raiders, and then point 5. So it balances out so everyone has something to do at the moment. Because right now in 7.1, only people that are really enjoying it is the hardcore raiders, and honestly, I'm just the person who goes to dungeons, killing shit, and getting gear, and then just turning it in for the seals. I'm like, oh, seals, and I usually greet on stuff that people don't want, because I can just turn in for seals and usually sell stuff um, from the Grand Company vendors to the players. I do that, or I get just mats. It's just at the end of the day, I think they're focusing too much on hardcore content, and they're just tail spinning it, and not. And I understand, yes, the last patch they really didn't. Last expansion cycle they didn't really have that much hardcore content, but this time they're going too in and not like spreading it out like butter. Like it's like, now that I think about it, it's like that toast, the bread that you just get one side of butter and the other side's like, oh, it's just bread. Like it's sort of like that. And the bread's not good. It's like the oat bread with the seeds and stuff, like that kind of bread. It's not tasty bread too. That doesn't help. So yeah, I that's what I think what's going on with Final Fantasy 4. That's why I said 7.2 and 7.25 are going to be the real tests for if Dawn Trail killed Final Fantasy 14 or did a hard hit, because that's where the casual content comes in, and the content for everyone, and it's going to be a big content patch at that point. So that's what I think. Anyways, take care, happy gaming, bye bye, enjoy.